Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Tennova Healthcare. From one end of East Tennessee to the other, Tennova has locations ready to go when you or your loved ones need medical care. You'll be treated with respect, with dignity, and there is nothing better than truly being cared for. Tennova Healthcare does that. Find out more at Tennova.com. All right, we're going to find out more about Vol basketball right now with former Vol assistant coach Mark Pankratz with us. Mark, always good to have you here. Let's just start. If it had been a 35-minute game yesterday, we would be all upbeat today. You got a big win over Florida. You would have had a win over a ranked Texas A&M team. But instead, that last 5 minutes or so, Tennessee gets outscored 18-4. I look at it, it's very hard to mask all of Tennessee's deficiencies for 40 minutes against a good team. And I think that showed yesterday against Texas A&M. Your thoughts on Tennessee?
Yeah, from the coaching side, you go back and look at every little play. You know, the offensive rebound on the free throw that they just tip in, because it boiled down to the fact that we gave away turnovers, gave Texas A&M 18 fast break points, and it wasn't like they were pushing the ball like that. We just turned the ball over in the backcourt. They get an easy runaway. But the thing is, gosh, it's exciting to see the way that this team play, the way we dominate Florida. Like you said, have a chance to be up 13 in the second half, and we're still not shooting the ball great. But we're a better team than I thought that we would be, and a lot of it has to do with some of these young guys that are really developing, like Schofield and Shambari.
Thoughts, Mike Strange?
Well, looking at the week as a whole, I thought they played, for the most part, played very well both games against pretty good teams. But to me, the difference was they were wobbling late against Florida too, but Florida had farther to come back, and to me, Florida doesn't have the horses that Texas A&M has to go get you baskets.
Their offenses,
Daniel House and Jalen Jones, that's a good team.
Well, and the other thing too is we made an adjustment. We've gone 5 guards,
Yeah.
And so now coaches are now playing into our hand, because if you saw Texas A&M, yes, they're bigger, but their strength isn't necessarily pound the ball inside every possession. They've got really good guards. Every possession that first half, they pounded in there. So our adjustment of 5 guards got them out of what they're comfortable of doing. And eventually they started getting out of that, and they worked in some pressure like you saw Florida do. Punter gets tired. Some other guys got to handle the ball. We get tired, and we just make some silly mistakes against a zone that lets you get the ball in the high post, and then they suck out to our shooters. And now Armani's not attacking, he's holding the ball and making bad decisions, and we end up turning the ball over.
That small ball really spreads out the court. I mean, there's a lot of times there's nobody in the paint whatsoever. Talk to me about the spacing and how that has played a role in opening things up a little bit for Tennessee.
Our motion offense, I think the reason why you're seeing more zone is, coaches are afraid, or people think, well, why would I play a team that can shoot the ball really well? Why would I play them zone? That gives them open shots. No, zone sometimes lets you know where shooters are, because our motion does such a great job of curling screeners, and it wipes out health defenders. We don't know what the defense doesn't know whether we're curling or we're fading or we're stepping out to the perimeter, and so we're getting a lot of open looks in our motion offense because there's 5 guards that can shoot it. Shambari Phillips is a knockdown shooter right now. Yeah. And when you got 5 guards out there, they're really tough to guard. But you can't defend turnovers. You can't turn the ball over 18 times and beat a ranked team.
Mike, your thoughts? Anything else you want to throw in there about this week or what you're seeing out of Tennessee right now with the small ball attack?
Well, I just think they're entertaining to watch. And I think they're playing, aside from some turnovers, they're playing close to as well as they could play right now, really. They shot the ball terribly at Auburn. They turned it over yesterday, but still, I commend Rick Barnes and the staff for getting out of them what they're getting out of them right now.
Go ahead.
And last thing is, we can't be in an environment where the officials are going to call it really close. Yeah. Because we got to scrap. We got to grab and claw underneath and post. Yesterday, it seemed like every time we got a chicken wing out a little bit too far, they were calling a foul on us. And we can't have it called close because, 1, we don't have the depth, but 2, our guys got to scratch and claw down there.
I did think it was interesting yesterday after the game on the SEC Network. Dino Gaudio, I guess, was in there, and I forget who their other analyst was. After the game, they spent the first 2-3 minutes praising Tennessee. If I were a Texas A&M fan watching that, I can hear them down there saying, well, we won the game, talk about us. A lot of praise for Rick Barnes, a lot of praise for Tennessee and the way they're playing. We'll discuss when we come back. Again, we got more football to come, a lot more on the football staff. But when we come back, I want to talk to these guys about What areas of improvement does Tennessee most need to hit on to improve this season? What are the most important areas of improvement? Come on back on the Sports Source.